As you know, every night at 7:36, I'm doing an endorsement all the way through Election Day, May 19th. As a matter of fact, May 19th will be on until midnight. Michelle Wright covering the news, and I'll be on covering the returns on election night, May 19th. So put that on your calendar. We'll be here until midnight. School superintendent. So this is a tough one for me, because I think they're two good candidates, but one of whom I've known for many, many years. And she actually gave up her party affiliation because of her support of school choice. Her name is Mesha Mainor. That's who I voted for today when I went to vote. I think she is the candidate for school superintendent. That being said, I don't think you can also go wrong with Randall Trammell. I think those two are good candidates for school superintendent. School superintendent doesn't have a lot of power to do the things that should be done to fix our schools. However, saying that, I do want someone there that's going to, at least the 4 years that they are there, they're going to advocate on a near minute-by-minute, hourly, daily, 365 day a year. They're going to advocate for full school choice, and I know Mesha Mainor is going to do that. And I think Randall Trammell is also a good choice. But just to let you know, I voted for Mesha because I've known her for many years, and I know her commitment to school choice. So that's my endorsement for school superintendent. On the Republican side is my good dear sister Mesha Mainor, but you cannot go wrong with her or Randall Trammell in that race. I voted for Mesha. So when I voted today, right, I went to my local polling place and I voted, right? And I'm zooming through. Senate, I told you I voted for Derek Dooley, governor. I voted for Burt Jones. I got the lieutenant governor. Do you know I anguished over that choice? I really did. I actually skipped over it, went further into the ballot, and I'll tell you something else that happened, and then I went back to it. I'm not going to tell you who I cast a vote for because they're all good choices. Steve Gooch, good choice. Blake Tillery, good choice. Greg Dolezal, good choice. I couldn't make a decision. I could not make a decision. So I'm going to skip over the lieutenant governor's race for an endorsement because it's just, and John Kennedy, great choice. I mean, they're all four people in that race for lieutenant governor: John Kennedy, Blake Tillery, Greg Dolezal, Steve Gooch. I mean, you can't go wrong. Whatever choice you make of those four, you cannot go wrong. And I'm not going to pick one over the other because I know all four of them are good dudes. And they're good friends, and I've known them all for a very long time. So there's no endorsement in the lieutenant governor's race on the Democrat side. But I'd like to say this. I don't know where these ballot questions come from. I'm told that it's the Georgia Republican Party. I don't know if my good friend and brother Josh McCoon can do anything about this, but these questions are just these questions. Do we need them? Honestly, seriously, do we really need them? Do I really have to answer a question is, should law enforcement be penalized for not partnering with ICE? I don't know. Should they? I mean, okay, if you're going to ask that question, should law enforcement get punished for shooting unarmed people? I don't know. Sure. I don't know. Yes. No, I don't know. Like, why do we have these silly questions that mean nothing? Except for some county organization or some executive committee or some group of people got together and said, we need to ask these questions as ballot questions. They're silly. And then the silliest part of these questions is that they come after I vote. So I get to the questions. If I did not really feel like answering these questions, I would have left. Oh, I've cast my vote. Surveyor. Okay, that's it for me. And then I leave. But not knowing, because most voters, 99% of voters don't know after the ballot questions, are the really important races. You know, the races that impact your day-to-day lives. Judges. You have more interaction with judges, and they have more interaction and more impact on your life than actually the people you voted for that are running millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of advertising on a day-to-day basis. They're buried at the end. Well, Shelley, you should know those are nonpartisan, and that's why they go after the ballot questions. Yeah, I get it. But why can't you put the ballot questions last, since they're the least important thing? Sorry. Like, who cares? They're not going on a November ballot. What am I answering a question for that has no bearing on my life? No one's going to make it a law. Oh, we could send it to the legislature next year. That's what we're concerned about? The paper ballot question. Oh, I've seen that. Not the last 4 elections since 2021. Paper ballots, paper ballots. You hated paper ballots. You wanted machines. Cynthia McKinney told you the machines were hackable. No, she's a conspiracy theorist. Now you want paper ballots. There's a whole movement for paper ballots. When just 10 years ago, paper ballots were easily manipulable, and you could add paper and add ballots and miscounts, and cheating happens with paper ballots. Now there's a whole movement of paper ballots. They have T-shirts and everything. It's so silly, these ballot questions. You want to ask these ballot questions? Call me up, text me, or put them at the end. Let me vote for senator. Let me vote for primary. Let me vote for governor, lieutenant governor, yada, attorney general, all the way down. And then give me my judges. And then give me my silly ballot questions that have no bearing on my life. Please, it's easy. It's just moving the ballots at the end. But the ballots are partisan. The judges are nonpartisan. They're silly. They're silly. Put them at the end. That way, when I vote for my last Superior Court judge or whatever judicial race is at the end, I can decide, okay, I've done my duty as a voter. I voted for everything that impacts my life. These questions, Shelley Wynter Show. We'll be right back. 404-872-0750. 1-800-WSB-TALK.